the main event. Josh Emmett coming in at plus 298 against Ilia Topuria minus 298. Over under 2.5 rounds. Plus 185 for the over, minus 185 for the under. Odds are presented by BetOpenly.com. As always, it's peer-to-peer, so you're losing all the juice and you're getting all the money back there. Undefeated for Ilia Topuria, and in his last time out, I mean, that line on Bryce Mitchell, looking back on it, I wish he would have hammered it, but he had quite the performance his last time out. Josh Emmett obviously losing in the interim championship to the now contender for the undisputed belt, Yair Rodriguez. He was on quite a win streak there. Josh Emmett gets the loss there. Can he bounce back at 38 years old? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I hate the fact that he's 38 years old because he is a good fighter. I mean, he doesn't have many losses on his record. He's been super solid. The guy is strong as can be for that division. Hits like a truck, but against Yair, he took one of those body shots in the first round, and he just wasn't the same until after. I mean, going forward in that fight, he was not the same at all. And, I mean, Yair's a great striker. He's flashy. He's really creative, but I don't think he hits as hard as Topuria. Topuria is on another level as far as power, accuracy. I mean, I always watch the highlight of him hitting Jai Herbert with that right hand, just flatlined him. I mean, the impact alone just shifted Jai's whole body, like almost backwards, like did a 180. And the guy hits so hard. So I think Josh Emmett, seeing what Yair was able to do on the feet at times to him with the body work and the shots upstairs, I think Topuria is going to have the advantage on the feet, obviously with the power. And if it goes to the ground, I think Topuria is good enough. He's strong enough. You look at some of his fights, like against Yusuf Salal, it's 5 takedowns, ton of control time. And I mean, taking Jai Herbert down. And I just think he'll be able to match Josh wherever it goes. And especially as this fight goes on, I think Topuria just gets stronger, starts finding those bigger shots even more. And towards the end of the fight, man, if Josh Emmett takes a couple of those body shots, drops his hands, I mean, it's just going to be bad news written all over it. I'm hoping for the Ilia Topuria knockout. I love Topuria. I think he's the future of the division. I think he's going to contend for some titles. So this would be a great feather in his cap if he gets this done.
Yeah, I love him too. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch because he's so aggressive on the feet with the combos, and he's got it with both hands too. Like you said, he rips the body hard with that left hook, and he kind of push uppercut it into the liver, knocked Damon Jackson out with that one, hit Jai Herbert with it a couple of times, and it's dangerous, man. I would not want to be standing in front of this guy if he's ripping off combos. And on the ground, he's got all the submission skills too. So, yeah, I don't think it's a good spot for Josh Emmett, considering he's 38 years old, coming off a loss that he didn't look good in at all. I mean, he looked on the feet, he looked like he couldn't get the range whatsoever, and then he tried to go for the takedown and get submitted. So it didn't look good. He was on like a run of like close fights where he was an underdog, but he came through, and so maybe it was like just destined to happen where he just couldn't come through as an underdog eventually, you know. And Yair Rodriguez got the win. But another thing is that damn weight cut for him. Like the last time, his last weight cut looked like he was on death's door, and he may be able to like battle through it and not really show many signs of it. But he looked like a skeleton in there, man. Like it looks rough, and it kind of showed in the fight. He didn't look like he had a lot of speed or any kind of give on his punches either. So coming in here against Topuria, who's got big power, I don't like it. And just the direction of his career, he made his way to an interim belt, didn't get it. I mean, if he gets his win, that's quite the bounce back, but I just don't see it happening. I think Topuria's got him in every realm of the fight. But he just can't get caught with the right hand. If he avoids the right hand of Josh Emmett, I think he cruises to a win and gets the stoppage, probably round 2, I would think.
Yeah, I think if you're on Josh Emmett, you got to play the KO prop. Actually, I mean, with the line this wide, you could play his money line, but I think there's going to be value on the KO prop if you think he's going to win, because I don't see a world where he outstrikes him for 5 rounds and wins on the scorecards. I don't see him out wrestling him for 5 rounds. I think he has to finish Ilia Topuria if he wants to get this done. The one other thing that I worry about him with, being that old now, look at his last fight against Yair. He took some damage. The fight before that, Calvin Kattar landed 130 significant strikes on him. 2 fights before that, Shane Burgos landed 130 on him. So he's racking up some damage to him. Whether he's getting, he's not getting knocked out by some of those guys, but that damage is accumulating. And once you get closer to 40 and you start fighting these younger killers that hit as hard as Topuria, man, it's just that chin's going to go at some point. It's got to.
Yeah, he's pretty hittable. I will say that. And it's not looking good for him. I'm hoping we can see some Topuria smash. That'd be fun.